Some animals can crush bone like a twig, others barely leave a mark. We're ranking the most powerful bites on Earth, and number one isn't who you think. Today, we're ranking real animals by their measured bite force in pounds per square inch. The gap between the weakest jaw here and the strongest is almost cartoonish. Stick with me to the end because number one delivers more raw pressure than a car crusher. I'm Rex, and on this channel, we settle debates with actual numbers, not vibes. Every ranking here uses accepted bite force estimates from wildlife researchers and bite labs. No mythology, no guesswork, just jaws, muscle, and math. Let's start at the bottom of the food chain and climb. Kicking things off at number 10, the spotted hyena. Its bite lands around 1100 psi, which is already stronger than a lion's on paper. Hyenas evolved to crack open thick lead bones long after the lions have walked away from a kill. Their skull is basically a bone-cracking hammer with fur wrapped around it, built for pressure, not speed. A hyena can chew through femurs that would chip a wolf's teeth in seconds. But 1100 psi is just the warm-up here. The next contender nearly doubles the pressure. At number 9, the grizzly bear rolls in with a bite of roughly 1200 psi. That's enough to crush a bowling ball, and grizzlies use it to open elk skulls like walnuts. What earns the grizzly this spot isn't just power, it's the sheer size of the jaws delivering it. A bear bite crushes over a much bigger contact area, so the damage lands wider and deeper than a big cat's. Grizzlies can drag a full moose carcass uphill using nothing but neck and jaw strength. Still, in the world of ranked bite force, a grizzly is barely mid-tier. Wild, right? Sliding into number 8, the gorilla, clocking in near 1300 psi. That's shocking for a mostly vegetarian animal, but gorillas need those jaws to grind fiber stems and bark all day. Their canines aren't for hunting, they're for intimidation, and the crushing molars do the real work. Pound for pound, a silverback's jaw pressure outclasses almost every big cat on the planet. Watch a silverback casually snap a piece of bamboo the width of your wrist. That's a warm-up for them. But we're not counting plant crushers for long because the next jaw is built for war. At number 7, the polar bear pushes past the grizzly with a bite around 1600 psi. Living on frozen coastlines, they evolved to punch through seal skulls and thick blubber in a single snap. Their jaw muscles are longer and more anchored than a grizzly's, giving them a mechanical edge. A polar bear's head is also disproportionately narrow, focusing all that pressure into a smaller strike zone. Some biologists argue polar bears deserve an even higher rank because of that concentration. The debate is real. But raw PSI is what we're ranking on, and there are still 6 jaws waiting above them. Number 6 brings us into the water, the American alligator at roughly 2100 psi. Alligators don't chew. They clamp, hold, and roll, and that clamp is nearly unbreakable once it lands. Their jaws close faster than the human eye can track, and prey usually never sees the strike coming. Fun twist, the muscles that open an alligator's mouth are shockingly weak, which is why handlers can tape them shut. All the horsepower is in the closing motion. It's basically a one-way trap made of teeth. Closing power, though? Absolutely elite. But the next reptile makes an alligator look polite. At number 5, the jaguar with a bite around 2000 to 2300 psi depending on the source. That's the strongest bite of any big cat, and jaguars use it in a way lions and tigers don't. Instead of choking prey, a jaguar punches its canine straight through the skull. For a 150-pound cat to outbite a 500-pound tiger is genuinely absurd. If you're still with me, comment your gut pick for number 1 before I reveal it. I want to see who's paying attention. Sliding into number 4, the hippopotamus with a jaw pressure of roughly 1800 to 2000 psi at the front and much higher near the back molars. Hippos are technically herbivores, which somehow makes this ranking scarier, not less. They can open their mouth nearly 180 degrees, then slam it shut on almost anything. Boats, crocodiles, other hippos, nothing is off the menu when a hippo is angry. Some estimates push a hippo's rear bite past 2500 psi, which is why some rankings place them even higher. But the next contender lives underwater, and it doesn't mess. At number 3, the saltwater crocodile with a jaw force measured around 3,700 psi. That's the strongest bite of any living reptile, and it's been directly tested by researchers with pressure sensors. A salty can drag a full-grown water buffalo underwater and hold it there until it stops moving. Their skull is engineered so that every ounce of muscle funnels into 2 rows of conical teeth. For a long time, people thought this was the strongest bite on Earth, and then science looked deeper into the ocean. Before we get to number 1, this next jaw deserves a serious moment. At number 2, the great white shark biting down at an estimated 4,000 psi. Their teeth are serrated, replaceable, and backed by a jaw that can literally unhinge to strike. A great white doesn't need to bite twice. One pass usually ends the fight. What makes their bite so dangerous isn't just the pressure, it's the slicing motion that comes with it. If you thought a great white was the ultimate biter on Earth, you're about to be shocked. Because number 1 isn't a shark, a croc, or anything on land. The strongest measured bite of the planet belongs to the orca, the killer whale, at an estimated 19,000 psi. Yes, you read that right, nearly 5 times a great white's bite. Orcas use that jaw to snap through the spine of a moose, flip stingrays, and even hunt great whites for their livers. Their teeth interlock like a bear trap, and their skull is built to transfer body weight straight into the bite. Nothing on Earth wants to be on the receiving end of an orca, not even the ocean's other apex predators. So that's the top of the countdown. Orca at number 1, great white at 2, saltwater croc at 3. Do you agree with orca taking the crown, or does your gut still say great white? Drop your pick in the comments. If you liked settling this one, the ranking of the strongest land animals by pure muscle is honestly even wilder. Subscribe and hit the bell. New factual rankings every week, and next time we're settling an even bigger predator debate. Bite force decides who's built to break and who's built to run. This ranking is based on general research and is meant to inform and entertain for educational and entertainment purposes only.